It's definitely the kind of shock the market might need. Just for context, right now the cheapest EV you can buy new in Australia is BYD's own Dolphin Essential.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into something pretty big hitting the Australian market, the BYD Atto 1.
That's right, also known, maybe more famously, as the Seagull internationally.
Exactly, and the buzz is all about this, well, potentially groundbreaking price point. We're hearing figures around AUD $25,000 as a starting price. So the big question we're asking today is that price, that number, enough to finally, crack open the EV market for everyday Australians, make it truly mainstream?
It's definitely the kind of shock the market might need. Just for context, right now the cheapest EV you can buy new in Australia is BYD's own Dolphin Essential.
And that starts from just under 30 grand?
Yeah, $29,990 before on-roads. So the Atto 1, if it hits that mid-20 target, is looking to slice about $5,000 off the entry point.
Wow, okay. That creates a completely new bottom ring for EVs here.
Absolutely.
It's competing head-on with established petrol cars. We're talking cheaper than a base model Toyota Yaris.
Which starts nearly $4,000 higher, yeah.
And the Mazda 2 as well. It's only really in the same ballpark as, a manual Suzuki Swift?
Pretty much. And size-wise, it's not some tiny little thing either. It's nearly 4 meters long.
Right, 990 millimeters. So technically, it slots into that light hatchback category.
Exactly. Which means it's actually practical. It gives you a boot space of 308 liters.
Which is, surprisingly, bigger than the Yaris, the Mazda 2, and the Swift.
So yeah, it's competing on price, definitely, but also on basic utility. It's a proper small car.
Okay, so it holds its own on space. But let's talk specs, because there have to be trade-offs at around $25K. You essentially have two flavors, right?
That's right. You got the Essential variant, which is the one aiming for that headline price. It comes with a 30 kilowatt-hour battery.
Okay, 30 kilowatt-hours. And what does that translate to in range?
That gives you 220 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. So look, it's clearly positioned as a city or second car.
220 kilometers. And performance?
Pretty modest. A 65 kilowatt motor. Does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 11.1 seconds. So leisurely is the word.
Right. But you still get decent safety features.
Yeah, actually, even the base model gets a full safety suite, AEB, adaptive cruise, lane departure warnings, plus things like synthetic leather seats, a digital instrument cluster, and a 10.1-inch touchscreen.
And they're expecting the 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating to carry over too.
That's the expectation, yes, which is a big plus, especially for first car buyers.
Okay, but hang on. 0-100 in over 11 seconds, only 220 kilometer range. Is there a risk that this Essential model is just, the hook, the model they advertise to get you interested in the next one up?
Well, that's always a possibility with entry-level models, isn't it? And the premium version, which is expected around $30,000, certainly looks more practical for many.
So what does the extra $5,000 get you?
Quite a bit, actually. You jump to a larger 43.2 kilowatt-hour battery. That boosts the WLTP range to a much more useful 310 kilometers.
Okay, that's a significant jump, almost 100 kilometers more.
And you get a much punchier motor, too, 115 kilowatts.
Yeah.
That brings the 0-100 time down to 9.1 seconds, much more responsive.
Right. Plus some extra features, I assume.
Yeah, creature comforts like heated front seats, power adjustment for the front seats, and a surround view camera system, things that make daily driving nicer.
And vehicle-to-load capability is standard on both?
Yes, V2L is included across the range, so you can power appliances or tools from the car battery. Pretty handy.
Okay, let's talk market impact. BYD Australia's boss, Stephen Collins, he's put out a fairly modest initial sales target, right? Around 300 units a month.
Yeah, initially cautious. He mentioned the micro segment being small on paper, according to the official VFS CTS sales data.
But 300 a month, how does that compare?
Well, perspective is key. At 300 units a month, the Atto 1 would already be outselling the current monthly numbers for the Toyota Yaris and the Suzuki Swift.
Really? Okay, so modest is relative.
Exactly.
Which brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. Considering that base Essential model, brand new, full warranty, 220 kilometers of EV range, all for potentially around $25,000, does that combination finally make people question buying an older secondhand petrol car? Will they trade potentially higher running costs and reliability worries for a new EV, even if the range is limited?
It's a fascinating trade-off. Does the surety of new outweigh the range anxiety for city use, especially against an unknown used car history?
Something to definitely ponder as these little Atto 1s start hitting Australian roads.